I think the most important steps here is 1 and 7. First of all, engage us pre-design or as early on in your design as possible, because again, we want to be providing those energy performance calculations to you, and that takes time. So we need to be engaged with your design process so that we can have the reports available to you in time for your decision making. So we're really a 2-phase process. We got a study phase that goes through your design stage, and in that stage, you'd be hiring a technical assistance vendor with Mass Save. We would enter in a contract together with that technical assistance provider. We each cover 50% of the fee, and they would work with your design team to get the technical details they need to do the calculation. And that really takes you from 2 to 4, where in that period of time, you're developing the energy calculations. And at the end of that, going into construction, we want to have the final report to you. You'll know what the incentive is, and you can use it to make your final financial decisions. And then through construction, your involvement with RAS-SAVE really looks like just providing us with the technical details. That means submittals and maybe some drawings and some other requirements that might be required just to verify that what you're building is actually happening. And then in some cases where you have complicated controls measures with your HVAC, mostly with your HVAC, but maybe for lighting controls, we'd want to actually do some trend data, some functional testing in your building to verify that the building's actually functioning the way we predicted it would in the energy modeling, that you're really going to realize the savings. You don't realize the energy cost savings until the building actually performs. So we want to help you verify that. Incentives are paid when the construction completes. And that's the final part of the process. And I see Bob Gunn's comment here about, is the 36 watt per square foot used as the baseline for energy calculations? Yes, I think the simple answer to that is yes. I think there's some caveats there, especially for the smaller grows where the 50 watt per square foot is actually the requirement by the CCC. We'll have to, I think in general, the answer is yes. And if there's any differences on a case-by-case basis, we'd have to work with you to find out what those was. The other alternate compliance path that Mike mentioned, for example, we might use that as our baseline for a given scenario. It might make more sense to do that. So